can't seem to find my toothbrush, so I'll pick one up when I go out today. Other than that, I'm in good shape.
When Home Alone premiered in 1990, it looked like a simple family comedy. Behind the slapstick and Christmas charm hides a surprisingly weird production history filled with real danger, studio panic, and hidden creative risks. Fact 1. Home Alone nearly didn't exist as we know it. The film was originally produced under Warner Brothers' budget concerns created tension early. Warner Brothers wanted to cut costs aggressively. Chris Columbus and John Hughes resisted those demands. The studio threatened to shut production down. Mid-production, Warner Brothers officially dropped the film. Sets were already built at that point. Casting had already begun. 20th Century Fox stepped in unexpectedly. Fox inherited a half-prepared production. This kind of studio switch was extremely rare. The transition happened in just days. Crews were told to keep working. Delays could have killed the project. Fox increased the budget slightly. This allowed Hughes to maintain his vision. The film survived by chance. Without this rescue, Home Alone would not exist. Studio politics nearly erased a classic. Fact 2.
Too bad AC ain't in charge no more.
What do you mean?
Guys, I'm eating junk and watching rubbish. You better come out and stop me.
Macaulay Culkin was never seriously replaced. John Hughes wrote Kevin with him in mind. Hughes had worked with Culkin before. He trusted his timing and intelligence. Auditions were largely a formality. Other child actors were considered briefly. None matched Culkin's confidence. Columbus immediately agreed with Hughes. Culkin could carry scenes alone. This was crucial for the film. Kevin appears without adults for long stretches. Culkin handled emotional beats convincingly. Comedy and vulnerability balanced perfectly. His expressions sold the traps. The role required fear, anger, and charm. Culkin delivered naturally. Studio executives supported the choice. His performance anchored the entire movie. Without him, the tone collapses. Culkin became inseparable from the role. Fact 3.
Hello.
Many of the stunts caused real pain. The film relied heavily on practical effects. CGI was not an option in 1990. Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern endured injuries. Slips, falls, and burns were carefully planned. Even with planning, accidents happened. Stern's scream scene damaged his vocal cords. Pesci actually bit Culkin's finger once. That moment stayed in the film. Bruises were common on set. The violence was exaggerated visually. The pain behind it was real. Stunt coordinators pushed limits carefully. Timing had to be exact. Small mistakes caused injury. The actors committed fully. Slapstick was treated seriously. The danger added realism. Comedy came from precision, not safety. The film hides real physical risk. Fact 4.
You're right. They're gone.
I knew they was.
Joe Pesci was known for intense roles. His background included violent crime films. Playing Harry required restraint. Pesci struggled with language control. He often swore instinctively. This was a family film. To compensate, he used growls. The famous muttering was improvised. This became a character trait. It replaced profanity naturally. Pesci remained intimidating without words. His physical presence carried menace. Children felt real threat from him. This contrast enhanced comedy. Pesci never mocked the role. He played Harry seriously. That seriousness sold the humor. Columbus encouraged the restraint. The balance kept the film accessible. Harry feels dangerous but funny. Pesci's control shaped the tone. Fact 5. The McAllister house was a real location. It was chosen carefully for layout. The interior supported complex movement. Staircases enabled visual comedy. Hallways created chase potential. Rooms allowed trap setups logically. The house felt warm and wealthy. This contrasted Kevin's isolation. Exterior shots matched interior logic. The basement added fear. The attic added mystery. The home functioned like a maze. Camera movement emphasized geography. Viewers understood the layout quickly. This made traps satisfying. The house became a character. Fans still visit it today. Real estate interest skyrocketed afterward. The location became pop culture famous. Few movie homes are this recognizable. Fact 6.
Okay, come and get me.
Now you're dead!
Kevin's traps were not random cartoon ideas. Each trap was carefully engineered by the stunt team. The filmmakers wanted physical logic behind every gag. Gravity, timing, and angles were mapped out. Storyboards were extremely detailed. Many traps were rehearsed without cameras first. Safety margins were calculated precisely. Pain had to look extreme, but stay survivable. Real physics guided the comedy. This grounded the slapstick. The iron fall was tested repeatedly. The paint cans followed real pendulum motion. Ice steps required controlled slipping techniques. Fire effects were tightly monitored. Burns were simulated with protection. Every trap needed a reset plan. Continuity mattered for injuries. Damage had to escalate believably. The planning made chaos feel controlled. Comedy came from precision engineering. Fact 7. Daniel Stern's famous scream was not harmless. The tarantula scene required real terror. A real spider was used on his face. Stern was not allowed to scream on set. Sound was added later in post-production. Even so, rehearsals strained his voice. During filming, Stern held the scream silently. The physical tension was intense. His facial expression carried everything. Later voice recording caused vocal strain. Stern damaged his vocal cords temporarily. He needed medical attention afterward. The scream was recorded separately. It was pushed to extreme levels. The moment became iconic. Audiences laughed uncontrollably. Few realized the physical cost. The gag relied on actor commitment. Fear was played straight. Pain made the moment unforgettable. Fact 8. The level of violence worried studio executives. Early cuts were considered too intense. The MPAA raised concerns quickly. The film risked losing its family rating. Adjustments were made strategically. Sound effects were softened. Reaction shots were exaggerated. Timing was adjusted to emphasize comedy. Cuts avoided lingering on pain. Music lightened dangerous moments. Blood was minimized intentionally. Facial reactions replaced injury detail. Editing shaped perception heavily. The goal was laughter, not shock. The same scenes felt safer after tweaks. The traps remained brutal conceptually. Presentation made them acceptable. This balancing act was delicate. Without it, the film would fail. Rating control protected its audience reach. Fact 9. John Williams' music shaped the film's tone. He avoided pure slapstick scoring. The score emphasized wonder and warmth. Christmas themes grounded the story emotionally. Kevin's loneliness was treated sincerely. Music softened the violence. It reminded audiences of innocence. Choir elements added holiday magic. The score elevated simple scenes. Emotional beats felt earned. Williams balanced danger with comfort. This prevented tonal whiplash. Comedy never overwhelmed heart. The music unified the film. Studio executives trusted Williams completely. His reputation gave creative freedom. The score became iconic itself. Many scenes rely on music. Without it, the film feels harsher. Sound transformed chaos into charm. Fact 10.
Hi.
Hi.
Are your parents home?
Yeah?
Do they live here?
No.
Chicago was central to the film's identity. John Hughes loved the city deeply. Many of his films were set there. Snowy streets added atmosphere. Cold weather heightened isolation. Neighborhood calm contrasted danger. The city felt safe yet empty. This made Kevin's situation believable. Chicago architecture supported the story. Large homes felt plausible. Community felt distant but present. Police response time felt realistic. Urban space added scale. The city grounded the fantasy. Audiences recognized authenticity. Chicago became part of the charm. It felt lived in and real. Holiday visuals enhanced warmth. The setting supported emotion. Location became character. The city shaped the film's soul. Fact 11. Kevin's story was always meant to be emotional first. John Hughes wrote loneliness as the core theme. The comedy was built around that feeling. Kevin is not just mischievous. He feels rejected by his family. His wish to be alone comes from frustration. The film takes that wish seriously. Silence in the house emphasizes isolation. Wide shots make Kevin look small. Music underscores sadness rather than jokes. Scenes linger on quiet moments. Kevin misses his family genuinely. Fear replaces excitement as days pass. This arc grounds the fantasy. Without it, the traps feel cruel. Emotional stakes justify Kevin's actions. Audiences empathize with him deeply. Children recognize the feeling instantly. Adults understood it later. The heart made the comedy work. Fact 12.
Do you hear me? I'm not afraid anymore.
Old Man Marley was never meant to be scary. His reputation comes from neighborhood rumor. This mirrors Kevin's fear of abandonment. Marley represents misunderstood adulthood. Early scenes frame him as threatening. Later scenes reveal kindness. This contrast is intentional. The church scene is central to the film. It slows the pacing deliberately. Marley's regret adds gravity. Kevin listens instead of jokes. Their conversation is sincere. This moment reframes the story. Fear is replaced by empathy. Marley's reunion mirrors Kevin's arc. Both characters face loneliness. The subplot reinforces the theme. Violence pauses for reflection. Hughes valued this quiet scene. Test audiences responded strongly. Marley grounds the film emotionally. Fact 13. The gangster movie Kevin watches is fake. It was created specifically for Home Alone. John Hughes wrote the dialogue himself. The style mimics 1930s crime films. Black and white visuals sell authenticity. The exaggerated acting is intentional. The line delivery feels theatrical. This helps sell Kevin's confidence. The fake film scares real criminals. Harry and Marv believe it instantly. The moment adds layered humor. Adults recognize the parody. Kids see it as real danger. The gag works on multiple levels. It also avoids licensing costs. The fake film became memorable. Many fans thought it was real. It later appeared in the sequel. This invented movie became iconic. Few fake films are this convincing. Fact 14. The film was shot out of sequence. Kevin's emotional growth required careful planning. Early scenes were filmed later. Culkin adjusted performance intentionally. Directors tracked character progression closely. Continuity was critical. Facial expressions changed over time. The traps were filmed in stages. Injuries had to match story order. Makeup tracked damage carefully. Weather conditions complicated scheduling. Winter scenes were prioritized. Interior sets allowed flexibility. Child labor laws limited hours. This required tight planning. Columbus balanced comedy and fatigue. Culkin's energy had to be preserved. Long days were avoided intentionally. Performance consistency was monitored constantly. Editing unified the timeline seamlessly. The illusion of continuity is flawless. Fact 15. No one predicted the merchandising impact. Home Alone became a cultural phenomenon. Toys were released quickly. Clothing featured Kevin's image. Posters filled store windows. VHS sales exploded later. Holiday reruns increased demand. The film became seasonal tradition. Studios recognized its longevity. Marketing extended beyond theaters. Kevin became a recognizable icon. Catchphrases entered pop culture. Traps were referenced in commercials. Parodies appeared everywhere. Few family films achieved this reach. The character outlived the release year. Annual viewings reinforced popularity. Generations discovered it repeatedly. Merchandise followed nostalgia cycles. The film became a brand. Success exceeded expectations dramatically. Fact 16.
You know you're one of the great cat burglars of the world. You think you could keep it down a little in there, huh?
Harry and Marv were designed as opposites. Harry is aggressive and impulsive. Marv is curious and childlike. This contrast drives much of the comedy. Their mismatched intelligence creates mistakes. Harry reacts emotionally to pain. Marv analyzes situations slowly. This imbalance escalates their suffering. Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern leaned into it. Their performances were tightly choreographed. Physical comedy depended on rhythm. One reacts while the other observes. This timing amplified slapstick impact. The duo never learns from mistakes. That stubbornness fuels repetition. Audiences anticipate their downfall. The characters function like cartoon foils, yet they remain human enough to feel pain. This balance keeps violence humorous. Without contrast, the traps feel cruel. Their dynamic makes the chaos entertaining. Fact 17. Kevin's fear was treated as real, not childish. The script avoids mocking his emotions. Nighttime scenes emphasize vulnerability. The basement furnace becomes symbolic fear. Sound design heightens anxiety. Shadows exaggerate imagination. Kevin's bravery develops gradually. Fear is not instantly overcome. This realism grounds the fantasy. Children related deeply to this portrayal. Adults recognized emotional honesty. The film respects childhood fear. Courage is shown as learned behavior. Kevin does not become fearless. He becomes capable despite fear. This distinction matters. The emotional arc supports the climax. Traps feel justified as defense. Fear motivates preparation. The film validates vulnerability. This honesty gives the story weight. Fact 18. Adults are largely absent by design. This isolates Kevin completely. Authority figures fail repeatedly. Phones stop working conveniently. Police are delayed realistically. Neighbors are distant. This absence increases stakes. Kevin must solve problems himself. The fantasy remains believable. Adult incompetence is not exaggerated. It reflects holiday chaos. Travel confusion feels plausible. Missed communication drives the plot. The story avoids magical solutions. Responsibility shifts entirely to Kevin. This empowerment resonates with children. Independence becomes the theme. Isolation forces growth. Adults return only at the end. Their absence defines the film's tension. The structure supports the premise fully. Fact 19. Editing plays a crucial role in humor. Timing determines every laugh. Cuts emphasize reaction over impact. Pain is implied rather than shown. Quick edits reduce perceived brutality. Rhythm controls escalation. Repetition builds expectation. Variations deliver surprise. Editors work closely with stunt teams. Sound cues sync with cuts precisely. Reaction shots sell consequences. Longer takes are used sparingly. Fast cuts heighten chaos. Comedy depends on precision. Editing softened violent imagery. This preserved family appeal. Without editing, scenes feel harsher. The film's tone depends on these choices. Editors shaped audience perception. Comedy emerges in the cutting room. Craftsmanship makes slapstick safe. Fact 20. Home Alone became a holiday tradition unexpectedly. Its release timing was strategic but risky. Word of mouth drove success. Families returned repeatedly. Annual broadcasts cemented its status. Nostalgia amplified its appeal. Kevin became a symbol of childhood independence. The film crossed generations effortlessly. Parents introduced it to children. Humor remained timeless. Holiday themes reinforced warmth. The setting feels essential, not decorative. Few films achieve this longevity. Cultural references remain common. The traps became iconic imagery. The house became a pilgrimage site. Seasonal repetition strengthened attachment. The film evolved into ritual viewing. Its legacy grows every year. Home Alone remains inseparable from Christmas.